Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily topic-wise news analysis where I'll be covering the news from the Hindu and Indian Express. So I'll be covering the most important news of the day, and additionally I'll be supplementing that news with some important information that can help you in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 8th of April. The first topic is incentives for white goods and solar energy sector. The second important topic, that is UK vaccine panel issues caution against the Oxford shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. The third is RBI keeps policy rate unchanged because of the pandemic. RBI is not looking forward for any changes. The second last topic is China capable of launching cyber attack on India, an official confirmation coming from the Chief of Defense Staff. And the last article or editorial, you can say, it's for Lok Adalat speed overrides quality, right? So these are some of the important news and editorial reported in today's newspaper. Apart from this, there would be some MCQs question at the end of this session. So this will help you in the upcoming prelims examination, because the question that we are asking in the MCQs is only from the current affairs, right? So before I proceed with the news analysis, a small piece of announcement that AptiPlus has launched editorial analysis of the compilation of all the daily editorial from August to January 2021. So this was something which is very important for your upcoming prelims examination, the most awaited document coming from AptiPlus. So in this document, you will also get the MCQs question, 200 plus MCQs question, and you can avail this copy with Amazon directly, right? So a link has been provided in the description section. You can refer to the link and you can buy a copy of it, right? So make sure you practice some important question, because UPSC tend to ask question which was directly reported in the editorial. So this comprehensive compilation will definitely help you. So do check it out. Do check the link in the description section. Now coming to the first news, that is incentive for whites and solar energy sector. So white goods, by white goods we mean that is air conditions and LED lights. So this is important for your general studies paper 2, that is government policies and intervention for development in various sectors. So recently the Union Cabinet has approved प्रोडक्शन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम, जिसको PLI स्कीम के नाम से भी जाना जाता है. दिस इज PLI स्कीम. द गवर्नमेंट हैज approved this is basically for the white goods. तो white goods में दो चीज़ें included होती है, that is air condition and LED lights, and also for the high efficiency solar photovoltaic module. तो दो चीज़ों के लिए जो PLI है उसको, उस स्कीम को अप्रूव की गई है. Now, the cabinet has approved 6,238 crore PLI scheme for the air conditions LED, right? This is what the official confirmation coming from the government. और ये जो cabinet की meeting थी, this was being chaired by the Prime Minister himself, and he said that the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliance India, is something which is very important. So in order to make India self-reliant, the efforts are being taken by the government of India so that the sectors like white goods and high efficiency solar voltaic cells or the sectors can give in the boost. Now, objective of the PLI scheme, as we know that PLI scheme is again something which is very important, and it is evident that post pandemic PLI की जो schemes हैं उसमें जितने भी sectors को integrate की गई है वो काफ़ी important है. So the prime objective of PLI scheme is to manufacturing जो इंडिया में है उसको globally competitive बनाना and removing all the sectoral disabilities, right? Second would be creating economy of scale and ensuring efficiencies. तो जितने भी एक ऐसी इकोनॉमी क्रिएट करना जहाँ पे एफिशिएंसीज को बढ़ाया जा सके, प्रोडक्शंस को बढ़ाया जा सके, और जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में दैट शुड बी गिवन अ लीड. नाउ इट इज डेजिग्नेटेड टू क्रिएट अ कंप्लीट कंपोनेंट ऑफ इकोसिस्टम इन इंडिया which make India an integral part of the global supply chain. So in order to compete with the other global market like China, तो चाइना की बात करें तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में हब माना जाता है चाइना भी. सो वी डेफिनेटली कैन चेज चाइना, बट दैट इन लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन. इट इज़ अ लॉन्ग टर्म प्लान. बट अभी जितनी सारी स्कीम्स PLI स्कीम्स के थ्रू इंटीग्रेट की गई है अंडर आत्मनिर्भर भारत, दिस इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू रिफ्लेक्ट सम पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट्स इन द कमिंग 1 to 2 years, right? Now the scheme aims to make manufacturing India globally more competitive. So what this is going to do, if the scheme is being implemented in these two sectors, it will make the manufacturing sector in India more competitive globally. Now, sale of white goods. If you talk about the white goods that I've told you in the beginning, that is air condition LED, इसकी भी incentive बढ़ाई गई है from 4%. It has been increased to 6%, right? And it was basically the focus is on make on India for 5 years. तो जो time duration allocate की गई है इसके लिए, that is for 5 years, so that this sector can grow to a larger extent. Now, the scheme was estimated to lead an incremental investment of 7,920 crore rupees over 5 year. और उसमें जो प्रोडक्शन की अगर बात करें, प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी जो उसकी वर्थ है दैट इज 1.68 लाख करोड़ रुपीज, एज वेल एज ये 4 लाख जॉब्स भी क्रिएट कर सकती है, राइट? तो इस नंबर को याद रखना आपके लिए ज़रूरी नहीं है, बट एक फिगर आपके ध्यान में होना चाहिए. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट जॉब्स, इफ राइटिंग इन मेंस पेपर, make sure you cover the job aspect as well, because any sector that has in larger extent is definitely creating to some extent a job. The unorganized sectors के लोग हैं, organized sectors के लोग हैं, सारे जगह पे एक काम करने की स्कोप बढ़ती है. Now, PLI scheme for the high efficiency solar PV model, जो फोटोवोल्टिक मॉडल्स है वहाँ पे किस तरह से काम करेगी, तो जो कैबिनेट ने अप्रूव की है. सो दिस इज बीइंग अप्रूव्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ न्यू एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. And this scheme, the total outlay for this particular solar जो photovoltaic volts हैं, modules हैं, उनके लिए 4,500 crore rupees allocate किए गए हैं. And this has been largely dependent upon the imports for the photovoltaic modules so far. So we were mostly dependent on China and other countries for the photovoltaic modules. But now, after the allocation of PLI scheme, India would be self-manufacturing the photovoltaic modules, right? Now, dedicated scheme were also being launched, like national program on high efficiency solar PV module that will reduce the import dependence on the strategic sector like electricity, right? So you can see the importance and the vision that government has put up so that they can have more indigenous batteries coming to India. Now, the scheme was expected to lead 10,000 megawatt of additional capacity of the solar PV plants, investment around 17,200 crore rupees in the solar PV manufacturing projects, right? और जो अल्टीमेट बेनिफिट्स होगी, जो डायरेक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट होगी इस सेक्टर्स में, सो दिस कैन कंट्रीब्यूट अराउंड 30,000 पीपल एंड इनडायरेक्ट जॉब of around 1.2 lakh people, right? So this is the potential of any PLI scheme, be it is solar PV module or it is white sector like air condition and LED. Definitely both this sector have an enormous potential to contribute to the job directly or indirectly. Now the other news, that is UK vaccine panel issues caution on the Oxford sort. So the vaccine which is being manufactured by the AstraZeneca after the studies of the Oxford. So there's some caution which is coming from the expert panel. This is important for your general studies paper 2 in issues related to development and management of health. So what exactly has happened, that after the wake of rare side effect of the blood clots, the Britain Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunization, also known as JCVI, इन्होंने ब्रिटेन की गवर्नमेंट को ये कहा है कि जो ऑक्सफोर्ड की एस्ट्राजेनेका की वैक्सीन है, उस वैक्सीन को जो ऐसे अडल्ट 30 ईयर्स से कम की एज के हैं उनको अभी ये इस कंपनी की वैक्सीन ना लगाए जाए, राइट? सो दिस इज अ सजेशंस कमिंग फ्रॉम द Oxford committee, that is a joint committee on vaccination and immunization, and based on the available data, it is evident that the committee has advised that it was preferable for the people to argue under 30 and no underlying condition can be offered. जो एस्ट्राजेनिका है, अभी जब तक ये कहा गया कि एस्ट्राजेनिका के वैक्सीन को छोड़ करके जो और दूसरे वैक्सीन हैं उनको इंक्लूड किया जाना चाहिए, राइट? Now moving to the second news, this is UK vaccine panel issues caution on the Oxford shot. So UK panel has cautioned the Britain government regarding the vaccination for the particular age group. So talking about this news, this is important for your general studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. So what actually has happened, that in the wake of very rare side effect that has been witnessed because of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, so expert panel known as Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunization, this is JCVI, इन्होंने कहा है ब्रिटेन को कि ऐसे एज ग्रुप के लोग जो कि 30 से कम है, उनको अभी के लिए फॉर टाइम बिंग देयर शुड नॉट बी एडमिनिस्टर, देयर शुड नॉट बी इनकॉल्क्यूगेटेड विद द एस्ट्राजेनिका वैक्सीन. एंड दे साइटेड एंड दे हैव आस्क्ड द गवर्नमेंट, द ब्रिटेन गवर्नमेंट, कि कुछ डेटा उनके पास है जो ये कहती है कि 30 से कम के जो एज के लोग हैं उनको एस्ट्राजेनिका की वैक्सीन के अलावे कोई भी दूसरी वैक्सीन जो अवेलेबल है वो दी जानी चाहिए, बिकॉज देयर आर सम evidence coming with regards to the clotting of blood in the human brain. So we'll see detail of this, what actually the committee has said. Now matter of क्वेश्चन के तौर पे ये बताई गई है, जो ब्रिटेन की जॉइंट कमेटी ऑन वैक्सीनेशन एंड इम्यूनाइजेशन है, दैट इज JCVI, दे हैव सेड दैट बहुत ज़्यादा ये एविडेंट नहीं है, अभी भी इसमें रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है, बट इट इज़ बीइंग आर्ग्यूड कि जो इंडिविजुअल नए एज ग्रुप के हैं उनमें क्लॉटिंग देखी जा रही है, राइट? And they have advising a preference over one vaccine to the another in the particular age group, and this is basically people under 30, right? And यूरोप और ब्रिटेन के जो मेडिसिन रेगुलेटर है उन्होंने भी कहा था कि अभी तक कोई रिस्क इवॉल्व नहीं हुई है, बट इन जनरल देखा यह गया है कि ब्लड क्लॉटिंग की जो शिकायत है दैट इज कमिंग आफ्टर टेकिंग द ऑक्सफोर्ड एंड एस्ट्राजेनिका वैक्सीन्स. हाउएवर जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन की गई है, कुछ स्मॉल रिपोर्ट्स ये बताती है कि ब्रेन में ब्लड क्लॉट हो रही है. उस ब्लड क्लॉट को कहते हैं सेरिबेलर वेनोस साइनस थ्रोम्बोसिस, राइट? सो आप याद रखें इसको, CVST. इट कैन बी एन इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इन प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. This is cerebral venous sinus thrombosis, right? That have occurred in combination of unusual low blood platelets after the shots. So how does it actually impact? I will show you a diagram which will make you clear. This is CVST, cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. So you can see this line, the blue line which you can see is actually the blood clotting, right? So it has a it is affecting many parts of the brain, forebrain, hindbrain and midbrain also, and this is the actual clotting which can be seen here, right? So this is how actually after administering the vaccine of AstraZeneca and Oxford, some reports of clotting or thrombosis का मतलब होता है, this is a medical term where it mean clotting, यहाँ पे blood clot होने लग गई है, right? So clotting has been witnessed. Now coming to the other news, that is RBI keeps policy rate unchanged because of the pandemic and the surge in the cases again, the second wave of the COVID-19. RBI has decided that they would not change any policy rates. So this is important for your general studies paper 2, inclusive growth and issues arising from it, right? Now if you talk about the decision that was taken by the RBI की जो MPC है, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमिटी, MPC के बारे में आप पढ़ लें, बिकॉज यूपीएससी ने ऑलरेडी इसके बारे में 2017 के पेपर में पूछा हुआ है, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ MPC और कौन कौन कमिटी में मेंबर होते हैं, तो कुछ अलग भी आपसे पूछा जा सकता है. So the MPC committee has unanimously decided to leave the policy rates that is unchanged to 4%. And if you talk about policy rate, RBI के कितने सारे tools हैं ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए, because ये factual question है, that is very important for your prelims examination. What is repo rate, what is reverse repo rate, what is MSF, what is CRR, right? तो ये सारी चीज़ों को आप देख ले, MSF, CRR, repo rate, reverse repo rate, ये सारे points important है. SLR, what is statutory liquidity ratio. Make sure you are aware of all these points. Now the decision was taken because it was necessary to sustain the growth of durable basis. अभी COVID-19 के cases बढ़ने की वजह से RBI ने decide किया कि they would be not changing any policy rate. Now if you talk about the headline inflation, it is 5.0 in February 2021 and that remained tolerate within the bands. जो एक band set की गई थी RBI के द्वारा, उसके उसी band, उसी that is under that particular band, and underlying constitutes the test upon the upper tolerance level, right? So this is what RBI has cited, that inflation is somewhere close to 5%. Earlier it used to be 4 and 5. It cannot exceed 6. अगर ये 6 से ऊपर जा रही है तो it is very obvious that बहुत ही ज़्यादा महंगाई बढ़ सकती है. Now recovery signal for the economy and the challenges that is witnessing in the economy. अगर बात करें आरबीआई गवर्नर की, तो उन्होंने कहा है कि जो इकोनॉमी प्रॉस्पेक्ट है फॉर 2021 एंड 2022, so that has strengthened in progress of the vaccination program. So after the start of the vaccination program, ये देखा गया है कि इकोनॉमी की जो ग्रोथ है वो बहुत हद तक रिकवरी के फेज में स्टार्ट हो गए थे, बिकॉज द वैक्सीनेशन हैज ऑलरेडी प्रोवाइड स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम मार्च ऑनवर्ड्स, राइट। और अप्रैल में बहुत सारी चीज़ों, अभी 45 के एज ग्रुप को भी इंक्लूड कर लिया गया, तो कहीं ना कहीं इकोनॉमी की सेंटिमेंट चाहिए, बट द सर्ज इन द कोविड-19 केसेस इज कैन अगेन रीबाउंड द इकोनॉमी, right? And but the recent surge in the infection has, however, imparted the great uncertainty in the outlook, right? So RBI is also not in position that they can estimate that what actually the economy is going to be like in the coming quarters, because they have left everything to the wave of the pandemic, because this certainly impacts a lot, because labor market, manufacturing, everything is impacted. Now, the governor of RBI has stressed upon focusing must be on containing the spread of the virus for the economic revival, and government has done its level best. They are doing it also. The only best possible way out is that increasing the number of vaccination center. जो vaccination center है उसको बढ़ाने की जरूरत है, ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को इनकॉल्क्यूट किया जा सके, वैक्सीनेशन ज़्यादा हो सके. और in coming time, what government can do after 2 months or after 1 month, they can open the vaccination for every citizen, right? Now, the RBI retained GDP growth rate projection for this particular financial year 2021-2022 to 10.5%, right? Now, the projection that was being made by RBI, that has been revised with regards to the CPI inflation, right? So, यहाँ पे अगर quarters में बात करें, for quarter 4 for 2021, this would be 5%. For 2021-2022 in quarter 1, it is 5.2. For quarter 2, 5.2. Quarter 3, 4.4. Quarter 3, 4.4. And in quarter 4 last, that is 5.1, with risk broadly balanced. So this is all for 2022, right? Now coming to the other news, this is from Indian Express. China capable of launching the cyber attacks to India, on India. So it is a right approach that government is doing, that they have a complete idea what China can do in terms of cyber attack. So official confirmation coming from the Chief of Defense Staff. And talking about the importance of this news, this is important for your General Studies paper 3. So we'll understand what is the implication of this news and how this can be important for your General Studies paper. So the Chief of Defense Staff, also known as CDS, उन्होंने कहा है कि China is capable of launching cyber attack against India. They are capable enough, so they can impact, they can harm us a lot. ये नहीं कहा गया कि होगी, but a notion, an assumption had been made. Now the CDS has said that the capability between the both two countries is very different in terms of technological advancement. China definitely has a lot more edge over India in terms of technology. And the Chief of Defense Staff also said that Indian leadership have displayed political will and determination to uphold the vital national interest, जहाँ पे एक तरह से जो असॉल्ट अगर होती है तो हमारे सिक्योरिटी, डिग्निटी और रिमार्क्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए चाइना में हमने ईस्टर्न लद्दाख में जो नेगोशिएशन हुई, अल्टीमेटली द सॉल्यूशन टू द चाइनीज प्रॉब्लम इन ईस्टर्न लद्दाख वाज नेगोशिएशन ऑन द टेबल. सो दिस इज द वे आउट, राइट? तो किसी भी चीज़ों के लिए नेगोशिएशन और उस पर खास करके डिस्कशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, इफ एनीथिंग पॉसिबली हैपन, फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट इंडिया वुड प्रिपेयर हिमसेल्फ, और they would have a legal agreement with China कि इस तरह की कोई अगर अटैक होती है तो China would be directly liable for it. Now difference in the cyber domain, क्या क्या differences हैं? So the biggest differential between India and China lies in the field of cyber domain. So China has been in investment fund for technology for a longer duration of time. This is not for the new time, or this is not for the first time that China has invested in technology. They have been investing a lot more into the technology, right? And China is capable of launching cyber attack on India that it can disrupt large amount of our system. So this is an official statement coming from CDS, that is Chief of Defense Staff. And what India will do in retaliation to that, or in a preventive measures, so India is creating a system where it would ensure the cyber defense. तो हम अपने प्रिपरेशन ही कर सकते हैं, हम अपने तरीके हैं उसको और रोबस्ट कर सकते हैं. Now the CDS said that the services of its own agency would ensure that if they come under the cyber attacks, this will downtime the effect of cyber attack and does not last longer. So once we have the capabilities, we have the system in place, definitely we can tackle it out. Now, prerequisite for internal stability, definitely it was being argued कि as a precautionary measure, we need to have all the prerequisite that is necessary. So the CDS said that external threat जो है उसको meet करने के लिए हमें adequate defense capabilities की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, एक strong political institutions की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, economic growth, social harmony, efficient law order machinery, and expeditious judicial relief and good governance is something that is prerequisite for an internal security or stability. Now the CDS also mentioned that कि अगर बात करें हायर डिफेंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में तो वहाँ पे इंक्रीमेंटल रिफॉर्म भी गवर्नमेंट कर रही है. दिस इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी वेरी एविडेंट इन कमिंग ईयर्स. And the Chief of Defense Staff said that the work is being done on creating the National Maritime Commission, जो NMC है, ये create की जा रही है. So this National Maritime Commission under the Navy is the new entity that would ensure convergence of operating high seas and the coastline, right? So advancement in terms of three, that is Army, Navy, and Air Force, is taking place by the government at the end. Now, for Lok Adalat speed override qualities, right? This is an editorial and it talks about how the Lok Adalat performance has been and what is the way forward, how this can be a game changer in the giving relief to the people, the litigants, and any other who are involved in the court matters. So important for your general studies paper 2 structure, organization, and function of judiciary. So it is being argued that a well-known quote, that is justice delayed, justice denied, ये बहुत ही पुरानी आर्गुमेंट है, बहुत ही वैलिड है ये. बट यहाँ पे बताई गई है कि जो एक्सेस टू जस्टिस है is poor in the constitutional mandate and this ensure fair treatment under our legal system. So बहुत पहले 1949 के टाइम की बात है. विल सी इन द हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड ऑल्सो. मैं आपको पहले यहाँ पे कुछ चीज़ें बता दूँ. सो लोक अदालत को स्टैब्लिश की गई थी टू प्रोवाइड जस्टिस accessible and affordable to all, and it was a forum to address the problem that crowded under the dockets of formal adjudicatory system. लोक अदालत नेशनल लेवल पे ऑर्गेनाइज की जा रही है. दिस इज फॉर 2021. दिस विल बी हेल्ड फ्रॉम April 10, right? And as of now, Lok Adalat have been functioning for 38 years, but the real question is how efficient they have been in the past 38 years. Now, if you talk about the background, in 1949, Haripalwa Parekh, he was a disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. He popularized this concept of Lok Adalat in Rangpura in Gujarat, and the Lok Adalat was exercised even before the concept was received as a statutory recognition. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जब 42 अमेंडमेंट आई 1976 में तब इसको इंसर्ट किया गया था. उसके बाद आर्टिकल प्रोवाइड की गई 39A जिसमें इक्विटेबल जस्टिस फॉर फ्री लीगल एड की कॉन्सेप्ट को इंक्लूड की गई. एंड आफ्टर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट a new Legal Services Authority Act 1987 was enacted by the Parliament that come into basically 1955 के टाइम से ये बातें चल रही है, but 87 में ये चीज़ें फाइनलाइज हुई to provide free and competent legal services to the weaker section of society and to organize Lok Adalat to secure operation of legal system, promote justice and basis of equal opportunity. Now talking about the alternative dispute resolution, how this would work. एक alternate dispute resolution की गई for Lok Adalats and regulatory has been organized. So to help the parties to reach a compromise, this was the main rationale behind the Lok Adalat. Lok Adalat क्यों बनी और इसके purpose क्या थे वो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. If you're writing in mains examination, make sure you write all these important points. And the second important thing was the motor accident claim. Third is dispute related to public utility services. Fourth, case related to dishonor of check, land and labor. And the last is matrimonial dispute except divorce, because this is being handled by the courts and high courts that is usually taken by the Lok Adalats. तो सिर्फ मैट्रिमोनियल डिस्प्यूट्स को, इन सारे चीज़ों को, ये जो मैंने आपको पॉइंट बताया, इस पे लोक अदालत चीज़ों को रिजॉल्व करती थी, इश्यूज को. Now, if you talk about the pending cases in India, as you know that judiciary in India is too rigid and excessive backlog of cases is there. As of now, 66,000 cases are pending before the Supreme Court, 57 lakh cases are pending before High Court, 3 crore cases are pending before the district and subordinate courts. और एक फॉर्मर जज हैं आंध्र प्रदेश के, उनके मुताबिक ही कैलकुलेटेड एंड ही सेड that it would take 320 years to clear all the existing backlog of the cases. So you can see people whose average is 70, 75, and if its cases are pending, you can see 320 here has been estimated. This is a very astonishing fact that is coming from judiciary, right? Now, challenges proposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the physical appearances has been barred from the courts. तो एक ई कोर्ट्स ई अदालत बनाने की बात की गई थी. जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजेस हैं, जस्टिस चंद्रचूड़, he has said that they would be establishing e-courts where they would recognize both national and state level recognition to the problems. However, the first national e-lok adalat was conducted both physically and virtually with their video conferencing, and वहाँ पे बहुत सारे cases, 10 लाख cases को dispose of किया गया. Now, this suggestion that the performance of e-lok adalat was less efficient in physical national adalat organized by 2018, 17 and 19. So, government is trying to promote electronic video conferencing technology also कि जो छोटे cases हैं उनको video conferencing के through ही resolve किया जा सके. But in major cases, other criminal cases, is it required that the appearance has to be physical only. Now, coming to the MCQ's question of the day, the first question is from the current affairs, that is Ambedkar Social Innovation and Incubation Mission. It aims to boost entrepreneurial and innovation among the SC student and ST Divyangjan. The mission is under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So what do you have to do? You have to just mark the correct answer, that is A, B, C or D. And how you can mark your answer, how you can write your answer, just go to the comment section of this video and write your answer there. Second, that consider the following statement about Toropex 21. As you know that exercises and indexes are again very important for prelims. So the exercise is being conducted in the Pacific Ocean region, and it is in biennial theater level operation readiness exercise. So again, the same option has been given. I'm mostly asking 2 statement question, because if you see the number of questions that UPSC is asking, most questions are 2 statement, 3 statement questions are also there, single statement are also there, but the average number of questions from 2 statement question is more. So just write your answer there in the comment section down below and participate in the question answer series. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. And if you like this video, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to give thumbs up. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for listening.